Hello everyone, this is Mundra, the founder of Expats Hub. I'm back again with UAE Achievers Talk Show, and this time, this particular episode is super special for me because I have national directors of BNI UAE sitting with me. Let me introduce you one by one. We have Mr. Bijay Shah, who is the national director at BNI UAE and national director at Corporate Connections. And we have Miss Anuradhha B. Shah, who's also the wife and the co-partner at BNI UAE. So let's talk to them and understand what is BNI all about. Hello, Bijay. Welcome to have you. Hello, Anuradhha.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Really excited.
Very, this was a super important, appointment for me because I was trying to, catch hold of you guys from a while. There is so much that you have done. But let's begin from the starting, right? Tell me, what was the first time when you, Bijay, and you, Anuradhha, came to Dubai, and what was that story like?
If you ask us when was the first time we came, actually we came to Dubai when we were shopping for our wedding.
Yes.
This was back in 1998.
Wow.
So we're both from Kenya. Anuradha is from Mombasa. I'm from Nairobi. We met in college in Cardiff in the UK.
Nice.
So we started dating way back, and we got engaged, and then we got married in 1998. So as people do, the shopping tends to be mostly in India. And then at that time, I think Dubai was a popular destination. So we had a chance to visit together once. And I think the first time I remember declaring that this is somewhere that I don't mind coming to. Dubai was totally different to what it is today.
Had lots of sand around. Had a lot of sand around then.
That was our first visit. But on a serious note, how did we end up here with what we do? So we lived in the UK, and I was a pharmacist, and she was very happy and settled over there. I was working with the financial advisory. I wasn't quite keen to continue staying there, the climate and all of that, the rain and the cold and the wind. So I said to her, look, we want going back to Africa. We'd love to explore new places, and we'd seen Dubai a few times.
I think it was also the time when, Emirates was giving all of those come and stay for 3 nights free at Jumeirah Beach. And, you'd stop over on your way to Kenya or wherever. So it was ideal to say, okay, we'll stop over, we'll see what's going on and enjoy a really nice hotel. And I think we did that a few times whereby we decided to say, oh, Dubai is quite nice. And it's some place we could possibly move to at some point, but no idea why and what we were saying that for.
So Dubai did sound fancy even back then.
Yeah, so I think by doing that, it kind of we manifested it without even knowing what we'd be doing out here. So when the time came and an opportunity arose, initially, you were very settled. And she said, I'm not too sure. And I said, look, why don't we just go there for another holiday? But it'll not be a holiday, it'll be more of a scouting trip. And let's look at it from a different lens. Because, we all travel around the world, we like places, but then when you ask the question, can we live here? So this time, we said, we'll come here seeing whether we can actually, live here and make a life here. And it was pure coincidence that while we were out here for that couple of weeks, I had identified BNI just a short while before that. This is back in 2003. And I'd been to BNI meetings, never got a chance to join because every chapter I went to about 2 or 3, and they didn't have my category. So I didn't know the scale of the organization at that time, but I knew that this is something that I love, but we never got a chance to join. And while we were here, I get a random call from BNI. They don't know I'm in Dubai. They're just calling me saying, we have an opening. We are launching a new chapter. And it got me thinking, and I said, hold on, if we're going to seriously look at moving to Dubai, then, we need to network. We didn't know anybody here apart from one person. And I looked around the networking scene. There wasn't anything much happening. So I inquired, I said, okay, how do I become part of this, or what needs to happen? Long story short, at that time, our founder and chief visionaries officer, Dr. Ivan Meisner,
Of course.
he was running the operations. You're looking at 2004. So I was on the phone with him, and he said, yeah, I would love to do this in the UAE. He didn't know that we were moving here. He assumed that we were residents here. But long story short was we ended up taking up the franchise.
Amazing.
It was a side hustle. The intention was not to do this on a full-time basis. She was going to take some time out, probably start family. I was doing what I was doing in financial advisory, and then this started. But within a few months, it was something that became very rewarding. Rewarding because you meet members, you listen to their stories, and you kind of realize the impact that you're making in their lives. Not just referrals in business, but
Sure.
overall, So gradually, we started kind of doing this on a more full-time basis. And here we are 21 years later.
Wow. I mean, I'm definitely very interested to go deep into that. Well, that's amazing to know that kind of story, right? But I think let's break it down for all our community members at Expats Hub. Bijay, explain us, what is BNI?
So BNI stands for Business Network International. It's something which started 40 years ago with a need that our founder had. If you listen to his story, he had a young family. He was a consultant, and service businesses, in those days we didn't have social media and all of that. It's mostly word of mouth and based on referrals. Even today, I think if you ask anybody who's in service, whether you're in, legal, medical, finance, accountants, a lot of that is word of mouth, and it's a lot of credibility and trust, right? So he found himself in a situation where he had a handful of clients, a one-man sort of business, and overnight, one of his largest clients fell under. So he woke up with half his clients' sort of business gone, and he needed to generate more business. He had just taken out a new mortgage for the young family. So he came up with this idea. He said, hold on, I've got all these friends that I have. We meet, we talk, we sort of, have a drink or something together, but we never really talk business. And yet all of us are in some sort of services. So he got them around a room and said, listen, how do you guys feel if we all got together and we started sort of taking an interest in each other's business and seeing how we can actually help each other? And they said, yeah, sounds like a great idea. So he came up with a simple agenda, and they figured out that for this to happen, they require some commitment.
Sure.
So if you look at, BNI today, it's a group of individuals who are committed to each other,
Yes.
right? They turn up on a certain rhythm, and it's weekly. They're committed to help each other by referrals. That will require them to get to know each other so they can confidently talk about each other. So that's how we started. And again, for him, it was purely accident. He started one group, started doing well. They quickly realized that we need to limit this to only one person in every profession. You don't want any competitors. It wouldn't work. But word started spreading. More people got to know, and they said, hold on, this sounds good. Can you help us start another group? And he said, yeah. It wasn't a business as such. It was just helping people set up these groups, and it seemed to be working. By the end of the first year, in 1985, he had 20 such groups going in Southern California.
Wow.
Soon, the word started spreading, and it started going across the US. At the end of the first 10 years, there were 330 groups, which in those days was quite considerable until the time when somebody from the UK, actually started from somebody from Canada, as a guest, happened to be at one of these meetings, loved the concept, and said, okay, how do we take this idea back to our homes? And that's how the whole franchising idea was born. And then one country took it, another country took it.
There were 77 countries?
Yes, we have
Yeah.
77
Yeah.
countries.
Yeah.
So that's the story. But if you ask me what exactly is it, it's like I said, it's a group of people who get together. They're committed to building a relationship. We have this thing called givers gain,
Sure.
which means helping others without any expectation in return. But then if you do enough of that, and this is a universal law, right?
Sure.
What goes around comes around. I think
Absolutely.
all
And I also think that story of Dr. Meisner not starting the organization with the vision that it's going to be what it is today is somewhere where we kind of resonate as well. Because when we came here, we just wanted to do one or two groups to support BJ's business. It was never the vision until later on.
Yeah.
That you realize, okay, there is a bigger need in the country.
Sure.
And I think it's even actually more so important here, and people resonate with it even more, is because all of us are immigrants in some way. We've all expats here.
Absolutely.
This is not our home. It is. We made it our home. Surely, some of us will probably not go back, but we've built a network here. We built friends here. We built, an extended family here. And in so many ways, the intangible bit that myself and Bijay will never be able to experience as a member experiences is the relationships and the strength in those relationships, that you can call anybody at any hour in the night for anything, and you will have somebody stand by you.
Sure.
Which is something that you get back home when you have close families around. People stand up for you what you need. So that's something that's really resonates with us from that point of view. It was not our vision to be what it is today, and we're grateful for what it is. Absolutely.
Amazing. I think while you guys are here, I'll take the opportunity to tell you that I have been in the system for 3 years. I'm a proud ambassador at BNI. And I think, of course, it has helped me with referrals and business that I'm super proud of, numbers who don't like. But the ecosystem that I've built around myself, right? People are accountable to you the minute you pick up the phone, and people want to give you that special attention and help you, be there for you. I went through a bit of a phase where, I was feeling very low and all of that. And the best people around me were people from BNI who were there to motivate me mentally. So I'm like, I'm all in, for this. And I encourage each one of you to, come out and try this system called BNI. While we go back and understand more from Bijay. So Bijay, today, let's say there's a business entrepreneur sitting out there or a business owner sitting out there. Some of us are at SMEs level. Some of us are trying to still figure out, okay, we have reached from 0 to 1, but what do we do now? We're clueless. So what you have to say for people like those that, how can BNI help them?
So the BNI system is primarily to help people grow their business through referrals. What ends up happening is much more than that. So you form all these amazing relationships, right? Like you just explained.
Yeah.
These people become your close confidants, and you can bounce off things with them.
Sure.
Everybody's in different phase. You get all sorts of different experiences. So not only are these people there to look out for you and generate referrals for you, but if you're not sure of something, if you've got questions, if you need help, if you just need to sort of bounce off things, you can call on people, and everybody will have different experiences. So this kind of becomes your personal board of advisors.
Sure.
And they all share the same core values. There's a code of ethics everybody follows. And that's really what it is. So it's your extended support system, which I believe everybody should have. When I say that, I'm not saying everybody should join BNI. It'd be great. But you need to be having a network. People ask me, what kind of different networks should I be part of? Being part of a network where you have to pay something, that's only one piece of it. A network is having a group of people that you can lean on. Yeah. So, you could be playing sports, and those group of people is a network. Your friends and family is a network, right? So identify who are these different people, and what are the things that I can lean on for to each for different things. Sometimes you just need support, moral support. Then you have certain people that you can call upon. Sometimes you need advice.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need information. Sometimes you need just business generation, right? So in BNI, what happens is people join for the referrals, but then they continue staying for the relationships.
Absolutely.
So, if anybody is thinking about this, now the biggest, the most difficult piece, it's commitment.
Yeah.
People say, oh my God, I gotta have to do this every week.
Especially the morning meetings.
Yeah. So look, I don't think there's anything which is, if you want to be successful, the secret to success is still a secret. You got to put in the work, you got to put in the hours. It goes without saying, right?
Yeah.
I think the best thing is when I speak to our members and I ask them, so, what makes you turn up every week? One would like to think that, yes, I'm doing this because I'm getting the business, but the motivation to wake up early in the morning on a Tuesday morning or a Wednesday morning, whatever day it is that your chapter meets at, you got to be enjoying it.
Yeah.
And that will come through the kind of people there are. We have multiple chapters. We have a huge community, but each chapter also is different.
Yeah.
So kind of work out, which group, who is part of your tribe?
Yeah.
Who do you click with? Who do you get along with? Who will you have fun with?
Yeah.
And then that just becomes joy. It doesn't become a chore, If you enjoy something, then that's easy, right?
Absolutely. And I think what I have understood from the entire system is the accountability bit in terms of life in general, not just business, right? So that's just super amazing. Though it all looks like there are so many networking groups out in the market, and there are, but what I have realized is it's just about exchanging business cards, and nothing more than that happens. When I look at you, Anuradha, and the entire national office that is being managed and all of that, it must be like crazy, lots of work, right? Tell us your little bit experience around
No,
that.
I think we have a great team. Obviously, it's a very lean team in the office that we have, and we have our executive directors who run the different regions, and they are super great people that we have on board.
Sure.
But one thing I probably want to say is, you mentioned about networks, and we just go and exchange business cards. I think what makes BNI very, very unique is in that whole agenda that we have. It's very structured, and there is a space where you can openly ask for something.
Sure.
And everybody is given that opportunity. And it's not done in a shameless way, but it's done with the intention, knowing that somebody in the room can help you.
Yeah.
And that becomes something that is very unique, because you can't do that with your best friend outside of that environment.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like you could be at a social function, you asked your friend for something. It sounds like, hello, come on, we are at a social thing. You don't talk about these things here. So that brings it very, very, that's the unique side of BNI, I feel. And that is where members really, really can be absolutely truthful about who they want to connect with,
Yeah.
by giving their name as well. Coming back to the national office question, it's actually, there's so many, you are aware of BNI. From that point of view, I can say that we have so many processes, and the processes may seem like a lot, but they make your life easy. If something's in a process, you don't have to think about a decision or
Yeah.
which way do I go next. You just follow the process and the result will come. The result may or may not be what you want, but it leads to a result. So from that point of view, I think BNI gives us not the structure just at the meetings, but there's a lot of structure at the back end of it as well. Follow-ups are, of course, required.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to be reminded about what they need to do, but it's not that difficult. As long as you have a very process-driven team, it's achievable. And
Yeah.
I think the best people out there promoting BNI are our executive directors. Amit Pai is there, Amit and Aarti, Pankaj and Shelly are there, Dr. Anil, Satyan, Suresh, and Kunal leads our team as well. So we have amazing people, front-facing, always in touch with members out there. And then we are the back end that help them do what they need to do best.
Absolutely. And my favorite two apps are BNI Connect and BNI Business Builder. I go tell everybody who joins the system, and I'm meeting them, I educate them about how we're just not logging in the stats, but we're also learning a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I feel maybe when I joined the platform, I thought, okay, it's like any other, but it's when you start learning, there's so much there's wealth of knowledge is right there on the app. So I think, guys, there's not one, but many reasons of how BNI really, really helps and supports in business and in life. So while we were early on talking about the structure and the processes, right, Bijay, I remember doing a quick conversation earlier with you about some analogy that you gave me. I really was blown away with that, and I thought our audience should know about it. Tell us more.
It's a simple one. If you want to get fit, or if you want to maintain fitness, or whether you want to lose weight, a lot of people go to the gym. Even if you don't go to the gym, if you're going to be, in health and wellness, you got to have some sort of a system there as well, right? If you decide to go for a walk, doing it consistently, regularly helps. So if I use the analogy of a gym, this is your business gym. Because just by turning up at a gym or buying a membership in a gym is not going to help. You need to then apply the tools. And then sometimes you may need a fitness trainer. So what we have over here is all of those things. You got all the tools to help you. You have mentors who can also guide you. And then it's about tracking everything, right? If anybody is, I started going to the gym myself because I need to get fit. And when I go to the gym every other day, I see these people who are there every single day. They're probably spending 3 or 4 hours every day. And I ask myself sometimes, how could they do that? But then I ask myself, hold on, this is what they want to do and they're committed to it. And of course, they're enjoying it and it's giving them the results. So similarly, if somebody really wants to make sure that, they get what they want in business, it's a great place. And not to say that other networks don't work, knowing which network does what, every network serves a purpose.
Absolutely.
As long as you know that, even, turning up at an event where you got to work the room, if you have the skills to do it, fantastic, but it comes down to relationships.
True.
Build relationships and then
invest time in people and genuine time in people. Like not just what am I going to get out of this?
Yeah.
It's just genuinely be interested in somebody with an open sort of heart and open ears, and you never know how you may be able to help them. And you just never know who knows who, But the genuine interest is to be there without any expectation about what am I going to get out of this 10 minutes I'm going to put in here,
Yeah.
Sometimes whereas moms will listen to other moms, children that our school, kids go to, and we just genuinely are interested in each other. As women, I think we do that.
Absolutely.
Comes to us a little bit more naturally.
Yeah.
So I think networking actually comes to women a little bit more naturally than men.
I agree.
Because and then we're always connecting something. It could be the smallest of things, right?
Sure.
Salon, parlor,
Yeah.
maid, whatever that may be.
A lot of things.
And so if we're in business, that also I think comes to us quite naturally. But the connection part of it is just but we need to be open. We should not switch off when we get in the business mode of things.
Sure.
We should leave our ears and eyes open just the way we do in our natural setting.
Very interesting you said that, because I'd been a couple of years business owner before I joined BNI. But one thing that I learned, and it's classic, is how can you help the other person, right? So that attitude, instead of I'm getting in this meeting, let me see what this person can help me. I think that kind of changed my perspective as well.
And not judging people, whereas you just don't know who knows who. I was at an event yesterday. I was speaking to a member. He landed one of his biggest referrals. Like, this is a dream referral through his BNI colleagues. So I asked him, I said, okay, so who was it? And walk me through how it happened. And he walked me through it. He said, I stood up. I said, I need an introduction to this particular person in this company. And the person who gave me that introduction, apparently the person I was looking for happens to be somebody on his cricket team. They play cricket on the weekend.
Okay.
And he knows that person. So he said, oh, I play cricket with him. Let me connect with you. So I don't think we underestimate. We judge people who say, okay, what business is he in and what kind of people would he know? But it's not just clients. It's so many other things, right? But when you ask, and you kind of ask openly, and the other person also is looking at wanting to help, magic can happen.
Absolutely. And I am a true, cheerleader for that, and also experiencing that. I'll go back to you, Anuradhha. You said a little bit about the women and all of that. I'm personally a very big advocate for women business owners. And I was thankful enough to educate and mentor a few of the business owners as well myself in the journey. But I think it would be amazing from somebody like you to hear about, what one thought that, like you rightly said, we have so much to juggle. Life is I don't know if Bijay would agree, but a little bit more trouble for us.
It is.
With multiple hats and stuff like that. Some of us, by circumstances, are not able to perform as we would like to. And some of us have accepted the fact that, this is what it's going to be. But then there are some of us who are very ambitious and are just multitasking, burning out, exhausting, multitasking, but being there every single day, turning up. I want you to, address to those women and give a message from you. It'll be really nice of you to, educate us upon something.
So I've been there. And I think the part I can share from my experience is whenever you're doing something, we have a son, and I chose to take some time out when he was going before going to college, and I always felt that, oh my gosh, I'm there, but I'm not there for BNI. I can't be everywhere.
Yeah.
But I think what I can share from my experience, and I feel that was the right thing I did at the time, was whatever you're doing. So if you're wearing a mother's hat at that point, just do the best in that role. Then when you switch over to the child's gone to bed, now I'm going to look at work or whatever, then give your best in that area. Do not feel guilty in between when you're in either of them saying, oh, I'm not doing the other one right.
Yeah.
Because it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And as long as we feel satisfied that in that role we've given our 100%, I think life will give us a path at that point, at some point, to perform our best in other areas. That's what I've felt, and that's what I've learned. And now that my son's at university and I can give 100% to BNI, I don't feel guilty about the fact that I didn't do it then, because I've lived that part fully, and I have a great relationship with my son, and I can't look back and say, I could have done that better, you know? So I would only say to moms out there or ladies out there who are pursuing things is, whatever role you're playing at the time, the hat you're wearing, just give yourself 100% in that area, then change over to whatever that may be.
Amazing. Such a wonderful advice for us. Bijay, I don't know if you know, or maybe you know already. There's so many people who thank you for being the first person who ever got BNI into the region. And I don't know, when I joined, we were like 400, 500, 600 members, and now we are 1,600 plus members, right? I mean, it's growing, and it's growing left, right, and center. Now we have BNI in Abu Dhabi as well.
Yeah.
And what's the plan? Are we looking to expand other regions also?
Absolutely, yes. Abu Dhabi, Ras Al Khaimah. We have chapters in both of these Emirates. I think there's huge scope. So, of course, all this time we've focused mainly in Dubai, and of course, a lot of things happen in Dubai. But these are the other Emirates where there's a lot of opportunity and scope. So the plan is to continue growing Dubai, absolutely growing Abu Dhabi and Ras Al Khaimah for now. We do see ourselves being over 2,000 members very soon.
Wow.
And if you ask us about, the 5-year plan, we think, and then the rate at which this country grows,
Yes.
which is quite exceptional, I think there is space for a community of at least 3,000 members.
Wow.
The beauty about all of that is the bigger the community, everybody benefits. Because people are looking for trusted people to do business with. The moment, like you just mentioned, you introduce yourself as a fellow BNI member, you see somebody wearing a BNI pin, a filter goes down. You just kind of become, oh, this is family.
Yeah.
It's like, imagine when you're traveling around the world and you see a face which is familiar, not because you know them, but you know that they are from the same place where you come from.
Sure.
I know many people can kind of picture that, right? You're in some
Absolutely.
faraway land, and you meet somebody from the same country, and all of a sudden you feel, oh, you don't even know that person. So same thing happens over here. But of course, the core values and everything gets aligned, and it's just easy to then talk and help.
Amazing. I mean, expats are for sure is, looking to, support BNI in whichever way we
Absolutely.
can.
Yeah.
Because I personally have being a community builder myself, I have been very proud of the belongingness that you get out of here. And to my surprise, when I look at BNI, it's belongingness and it's business and it's accountability and it's like holistic thing. It's just
Correct.
amazing.
Absolutely.
It's so inspiring. I know you're running this massive BNI, but you're also running Corporate Connections. So what is the difference and what is Corporate Connections? Tell us.
So I'm a partner in Corporate Connections. The person who runs it on a day-to-day basis is my partner. His name is Chirantan Joshi.
Sure.
So Chirantan joined BNI about 18 years ago.
Wow.
He started his BNI journey just like many others, literally, small business. And I'd seen him grow over the years. He has grown substantially and he's got multiple ventures. So Corporate Connections actually is a spin-off from BNI. It's a different entity. It's a different franchise. The concept is similar in terms of givers gain, business referrals. But then it has certain things which are different. It is mainly suited for C-level business owners, mostly family businesses. So these are people who, they're not looking for those day-to-day referrals. They have large businesses, they have a sales team, they have people. So if they want to take advantage of BNI, for them to commit to being there every single week becomes a bit tricky. Secondly, they're not looking to, every time they get a referral, they got a whole team to look after that. So they're looking for something bigger. They're not necessarily looking for a weekly meeting. So something was created to cater to that, where, yes, the concept of abundance and giving is there, but let's meet every other week. Let's not just focus on referrals, but let's see how we can learn from each other. When you're running a large organization, you could be employing thousands of people.
Sure.
When you're at the top, it's still lonely.
I'm sure.
So it's about putting all these people together, because it's quite lonely at the top. So how can we put all of them together, create some sort of a platform for peer-to-peer advisory, leadership development? So that's what Corporate Connections is. And what then happens is, to join something like this, you got to qualify. So for BNI, of course, it's open to anybody as long as you got to have a business, you got all the paperwork.
Yeah.
For Corporate Connections, you got to be doing a minimum turnover. You got to have a certain track record. And then, of course, you get admitted. So, I am part of that. I support Chirantan. We're growing that community. It's not as big as BNI. It'll never be as big as BNI, but it's much more intimate. And it's great to then connect with a whole different set of people there.
I think when BNI is quite successful at making members become successful, then they kind of graduate into getting corporate connections.
Of course. I mean, it's amazing how you have catered to both the markets.
Yes.
Because I can understand people have different issues, different struggles, different successes, everything different when you're at different levels.
Yeah.
So amazing. Again, very inspiring. I would keep on repeating that. So Bijay, now I want to talk about this annual event that's hosted by BNI UAE. It's called BNI UAE Expo. I've been visiting it for the last 2 years. And I enjoy the benefits that you provide in terms of speed networking and the brands, they can, display themselves. It is so massive and it is amazing. So we're not only talking about 1,600 or 2,000 people of BNI who are coming there, but lots of visitors who come from outside, right?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the event, and if there's any brand sitting out there, how can they benefit out of it?
So given that, we have a growing community, a growing organization, once a year you want to celebrate them. So we've been doing an annual event pretty much from day one. All the BNI markets would do this. It's getting together all the members, all the leaders, having some learning. Now that we are at a scale, imagine you're a member in your chapter, then you're a member in your region.
Yeah.
So you're already getting opportunities to connect. But now how do you connect with everybody from the whole country?
Yeah.
So we started doing national events where everybody comes together. So originally the format would be provide some sort of networking, some sort of learning. And then we asked ourselves, hold on, why not also give an opportunity for all these members to showcase their brands? Especially in a city like Dubai.
Yeah.
You get a lot of trade shows happening, a lot of exhibitions happening. But most of these are either very large scale. Most of them tend to be international.
Yeah.
So for small businesses, there are very few platforms where you can actually go and exhibit and get a great footfall of people. So we started this concept a few years ago, and it worked well. So each year then we become bigger. It started primarily with just BNI members, of course. But now we open it up to non-members because it's a great opportunity, get them a bit of a taste and flavor of what we do in BNI. And the beautiful part about this, so, there are three things happening at these events, of course. There is a networking happening.
Sure.
There is a learning happening. So we invite keynotes, we invite speakers. This year we're actually getting our CEO, Mary Thompson, from the US coming and visit us, and she'll be doing a keynote together with our COO, Dave Collins.
Wow.
But what we actually found is, when you visit the expo, if you go to any trade show, everybody is there shopping around, looking around, and it feels more transactional. Over here, it's very relational. It's fun. You're walking around, you're looking at who's doing what. And not only are you just asking yourself, okay, could this be of interest to me? But I watch, our members when they around the expo, and they're asking themselves, right, so how can I help this person connect the other person? The amount of introductions and connections happening, the way we do referrals is just incredible. And that's what I love about it. So when I hear non-members, visitors who come to our event, and they say, I loved it. They just love the whole vibe where everybody's just giving. Everybody's asking them, how can I help you? So it's great joy, whether you're an exhibitor, if you're just an attendee, because like you said, it's like this big festival.
Sure.
So not only you get to showcase your brands, but you also get to practice what we do in BNI, where you connect the dots and you connect people, and some amazing business has happened as a result.
Yeah.
And it's just fun watching all that.
And this year, this is our third year now at Chowk, which is Jabalali. No, it's not.
Chowk,
Sorry, I'm going to cut that. It's Chowk's convention center. We're there on the 17th and 18th of April. And like Bijay said, the exhibitions there, of course, members and non-members can exhibit, but you have to actually walk in there to feel that energy. It's impossible to explain what one can feel or expect. You just have to be there in person. And it is open to the public, so everybody can come.
I think we would share the links on Expats Hub channels as well, and then everybody can register and join
Absolutely.
in.
And the tickets
I think
will
it will
be
definitely benefit a lot of members over there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
I know the not so great part is I have very limited time with you guys, and you have so much to do and stuff, of course. But before you go, any message from both of your side for Expats Hub community? It'll be great to hear it from you.
Gosh, I would just say, just come and experience a BNI meeting. It's not anything that you have to sign up to, but experience what, not from a network point of view, but what support is available out there. You could be a single business owner with one-man show kind of thing, or a bigger group. But if you haven't found your tribe, you need to come to BNI just to experience what that tribe could be for yourself.
Amazing.
My key message to somebody who is watching this, especially if you're building a business doesn't get built in a day. It takes time. You got to, try things, test things. This is a great place where you will surround yourself with like-minded people who can help you in that journey. It just makes your journey easier. Yes, there will be ups and downs, but when you're surrounded by the right group of people, it just makes it less bumpy. And it reminds me, especially when we had when we had COVID, how the whole community rose and stood up to support each other. So we continue to see that even today. And this is something that you actually want to be part of. So like Anna said, taste it, come and have a feel of it. Whether you're attending one of our chapter events or whether you're attending our expo event, just have a feel of it and then make a decision.
Thank you to both of you for giving your wonderful time to us. And I'm sure Expats Hub members would definitely benefit out of it.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you, Anu.
Thank you. So guys, that were the national directors of BNI UAE. If you are here, you've already started a business and you're looking for some support, join BNI. That's the message. You have heard it from the masters themselves. Stay tuned and more updates coming your way.